And we're live from a room next to my bathroom in my basement. This is My Worst Holiday, a podcast about your worst wedding, funeral, bachelor party, bachelorette party, or what are stories that funny after the fact. We want to hear it. And today we have the guys from Life with Cecil. Gentlemen, say hello.
Go ahead, Phil.
Hello, this is Phil from Life With Cecil. How's it going?
This is
Oh,
Cecil
Williamson, that
himself.
is.
This is Cecil himself from Life with Cecil. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching the show.
Yeah. Thank you for that too. Yeah, that's awesome. Give me just a second here because we're Facebook Live. We're also on YouTube Live, and people will be able to kind of chime in and stuff. So I'll introduce you guys again throughout the show, and we'll make noises like that, and then we'll talk about the comments and things like that. So,
oh, cool, great.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So what I want to know is I want to hear about you guys. I want to hear everything about you guys. Promote yourselves. Tell us all about your show, and then we'll get into some crazy ass story time. And maybe your fuckstick friend Al will join us here in a little bit. He's a tech guy. He's our tech guy. We call him great guys.
Yeah, well, as you can see, I'm the beauty of the show. You know, I
see that. You didn't have to say it. I'm not gay, but you're a good-looking man. That's all I'm saying.
I know I'm old and beat down, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
He's the wisdom of the show. Don't let him knock you. He's the wisdom.
You're that silver fox. That's what you. Yeah, there you go.
What does the fox say?
You're ready to get laid out to pasture soon. I'm digging that Joker back there. Guys. That Joker back there is nice. All right, so
my buddy got me that. The comic book shop was moving, and they were going to throw it out. And he's like, "I know exactly where that's going to go." And he
which is so funny because I have a Batman just like that.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the same guy. He used to be my podcast partner. He paid in this of me.
Hey, spin the image.
That's great.
I come from a real rural town down in central Illinois, and he says this is Mr. Holiday's first experience seeing an airplane.
Wow.
All right, hey,
I'm like, you dumbass! It's a British airplane. Like, where the fuck am I? Where am I supposed to be in this picture?
That's great.
Farming somewhere in the UK.
Yeah, apparently. I look like I'm fucking Amish, is what I look like. It's
yes, you do. I hope you got some fun.
So besides the show, you know, we have other things going on. Like Phil is getting ready to make his big return. I cannot wait because I'm happy it's him going back and not me.
When he says my big return, he's talking about into the square circle known as the wrestling ring, which I don't know why I am doing that, but I am. So yeah, that's one of the things that we got going on. But us in general, I mean, we've known each other what? 20,
what's the name of your
20 plus?
What's the name of the organization that you're in?
The name of the organization is MMWA, Mid Missouri Wrestling Alliance.
Okay, and is that on Mosaic as well?
No.
No, it's not on Mosaic, but they do actually have a YouTube channel where they do put their shows up.
Okay, fantastic. I got a buddy that lives here in town. He does Dreamwave.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good production that he has, man. It sells out every time. I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
That might be a spot for Phil to go get beat up at.
Yeah, there you go. Get a hold of a promoter called Jay Repsol.
Jay Repsol? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The last time, the last one that my daughter and I went to, they had that pizza guy, you know, that's always spinning the pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
And then he Dan the Dad, or whatever. The guy comes in with just a cup of coffee and.
Yep, Dan the Dad. Yeah, I know exactly who Dan the Dad is. He actually we wrestled back at the same place a while ago under a different name. But yeah, I know who Dan the Dad is, and I'm familiar with a lot of those guys. We've been doing it for a while. He actually he was one of my trainers, Cecil, over here. So like I said, we know each other for like 20 years. So that's kind of how it started. I was a little neighborhood brat coming in to the store, and this fool was sillier than I was, so it kind of just hit. I mean, that's a big age gap, but I mean, when you like some of the stories we could tell, it's just like.
All right, so
it's just how we met, and then we just never.
Wait. Are you saying there might be some stories with wrestling?
Oh no, there's some stories. There's some stories with cops in it.
Wrestling stories, stories when we worked at gas stations. Man, so we can't go out together.
So we worked at a gas station, right? And for some reason, the cops in that district wanted to see who could out prank who. If they could out prank us, or we could out prank them.
Okay.
We wind up winning.
On duty cops.
Yeah.
Right.
So we went out there. We put we took the license plate and put a cardboard box over it, and we wrote, "We're gay and in love. Honk when you see us." And when they came back, they say people kept honking their horns at them all day long.
It took them about 4 hours to realize it was.
I did the same thing to a kid that worked with us, and he thought he was pretty smart and pretty cute and everything. And I'm like, don't throw rocks at a man with a machine gun. And he's like, oh, whatever, old man. So I made up a bumper sticker, and I went on Google, and I found rainbow type things, but as a spectrum, and a black sticker, and I put, "I'm so gay I can't drive straight." And
that's good.
And I put that on the back of it. Yeah, and people are honking at him, and
that is good. That is good.
Yeah. So he got one cop. I can't say the name, but little short guy. He came in and he's talking right to him.
Don't say I can't. No, don't use his name when you say little short guy.
No.
The little short guy cop.
So he But so they're sitting there talking, and he thinks Cecil's having a straight, full-on conversation with him. The whole time, Cecil has taken a condom, flipped it up, put it on his radio, like the antenna of his radio, then has taken like ketchup and mustard and dribbled it all over this guy's belt. The whole time he's talking, doesn't know. He gets an emergency call. We hear it. He runs out, get to the car, goes where he goes. He goes, man, as soon as I stepped out of the car, the sergeant's there, and he looks at me and goes, "You just came from here, didn't you?" We were infamous. That just reminded me.
That was good.
So we used to go. We remember bomb fishing.
Oh yeah, we used to go bomb fishing at work too.
Yeah, we worked at a gas station. He would take quarters and $50 and super glue them to the floor, and you would just see people sitting there kicking at it all day trying to get it. So I upped them one day. I came in with a baby fishing pole, and I took a $5 bill and one of these little rings, and I put it on there, and I had it out in the middle of the parking lot, and you see a dude running, and I'm reeling it all the way to the door.
And we are dying laughing.
Starts laughing, dude.
God, I need to hang with you fuckers.
And then we just had to take some sage and make a little bag of marijuana. We threw it out on the parking lot. This dude kicked it all the way off the lot, picked it up, and took off running. We was like, "Yep, go and smoke that sage.
Go smoke some sage. You won't get high, but you'll ward off all the demons."
Oh yeah. And there was nobody, nothing that was off limits to us. We had so our boss at the time was a Jewish guy named Joe. So we had a German band.
All right.
He had a band on his lot playing German music.
Yeah, what?
Oh.
He had a German band on his lot playing music. He let a friend talk him into it.
Okay.
So of course, after Joe heard it, he was pissed. He called up there to us. He parked across the street. He said, "I need you two to do what y'all do and get them people gone." That's open game. So we went back in the back, started getting all the little things.
We got carte blanche.
Yeah,
we got free reign.
Dude, we went in the back. We took all the cartons of spoiled milk, and we just started lobbing them over the building. At the band, you hear the band miss beats and stuff, and we just cracking up laughing. We was throwing everything from bologna over there to milk to cheese. I mean, anything we could get our hands on, it was great. You
ruined a perfectly good polka. That's what you did. You ruined a perfectly good polka.
Yes, we did. We did not. I mean, our pranks are still talked about at that store. We ain't been in that store working in like the last almost 15 years.
Right.
And people still come through and be, man, when them two worked here, man, it was so much fun coming through here.
No one gets asked for more than that dude. He ain't even been in that store in I don't know how long.
Awesome.
It's
have you
crazy. Oh, and
have you ever seen the movie Waiting?
Yes.
Okay. So
like
you remember the Bat Wing?
Yes.
We
had one.
No, I hope that didn't happen.
We played the Bat Wing on each other.
We had one called the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we up Waiting. You want to tell it or should I tell?
So literally, it'd be two people, there's three people working.
Yeah.
And one person goes in the back with the other person. He pulls his pants down, pulls his sack skin down. Then they call the third guy. As soon as you turn the corner, he just comes swooping out of nowhere with his skin right upside your head. This was all at work while we was on the clock.
God, I never did that. I got to tell you, what I'd do is I'd rip some nasty ass though, and I'd be like, "Hey, come here and look at this," you know. And then as soon as they get close, I'd walk off, and I'd just leave them in that funk, like they'd come walking in.
No, you two would definitely get along. Hold on, you two would definitely get along. So this food, same store. It's hot. That we had AC problems and whatnot, so they brought in a little a fan, one of them square fans. He squats down in front of the fan and lets out the longest rip I've ever heard. But we're working the counter, so we can't leave. So all the air is just coming right to us, and you just it goes by. You're like, oh my God, and you can't move. We got
this guy just had a broccoli, baked bean, and egg breakfast.
Yes.
So,
and then Mardi Gras. We used to challenge each other to Mardi Gras. We had this guy named Nick. He had to go around with a trench coat on in his underwear. That was it. Every time he walked up to a customer and be talking to him to help him, we go do it. And he got to open up his coat and start gyrating and going, dang. Close his coat and walk away. And I know them guests were like, what the hell are they doing in here? So then they had me one day. I was waiting on customers in my underwear. And the guy wanted something off the shelf behind me. I was like, do you really want that, man, for real? If I turn around, it ain't going to be pretty. He said, we said, what are you talking about? I said, you sure you want them Anderson or the aspirins? He was like, yeah. I turned to what way that dude. You could hear him go, damn, he got on his underwear. Walked back up, gave him stuff. I said, I told you didn't want me to walk away from up here. I mean, it's just, we've done so much stuff over the years to each other.
To each other, I was going to say.
Trying to get your buddies to laugh. I used to manage a retail appliance, electronics, furniture store. And my buddy would be like talking to a guy at the counter. Mm-hmm. So I would be behind the guy, and Cameron would be looking like at him, and then me past him. Mm-hmm. And there's this old guy just sitting there, leaned up against the counter, like talking to Cameron. And I come walking up behind him, like, Hey, Cameron, big black dude. I'll tell you a wrestling story about this guy in a second. But anyway, he goes, and he just dropped, he dropped behind the counter, and he goes, gets up, he goes, sorry about that.
Oh man, that is too funny.
We're at an independent wrestling show, and it was at a bar. It wasn't a big bar either. Mm-hmm. So the wrestlers had to come down the aisle where we also went up to get drinks at the bar. So we both shared the same aisle. Cameron, again, this motherfucker's big, and he works at UPS. And we got these shirts, these matching shirts, and I fucked up and I gave him mine, and I got his. So my shirt's loose. He put his shirt that I put on is loose. He put on my shirt, and it's just skin tight. I mean, just it's glued to him. He's like, I'll go get the beers. And I'm like, fantastic. Mm-hmm. So he grabs the beers, and just as he turns around, the announcer goes, coming to the ring, Chucky Smooth, and everybody turns around, sees this giant black man with two beers, and they're just, they're all clapping and everything. Like he's going, mwah, mwah, mwah. And he's walking back down he gets to where we're standing, he just goes, and just just moves into where we're sitting. And everybody's like confused. And then this little fucking scrawny guy comes running down to the fucking ring.
Hell no.
And everybody goes, oh.
That is rich.
Like,
that is rich.
And even if he, like, I'm sure he was supposed to be the good guy and not the heavy, and everybody's already just fucking booing him.
That is funny.
They wanted the other chunky smooth.
Right, they wanted the other chunky smooth.
Like I said, he's like this. And he's a showboat. He's just like me. He's like, mwah, mwah, kissing his biceps and walking. God.
Hey, we're gonna make that into a real character now. Forget that.
Yeah. We'll make that into a character.
Yeah, just call him what do you call it? The audience member or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, the audience. That could be his name. Just goes and sits down, does nothing else.
Dude.
Shares a beer with somebody.
See, we prank each other too, and this is how bad it was. Why don't you tell them about your mothball story that involved me?
All right, so Phil got his first apartment, right? We was like super happy, super proud of Phil because he worked his butt off to get his first apartment, right?
Right.
This lady came in with some silverware for us to give to Phil, so we decided to play a joke on him. So we made sure I went outside and painted the curves and everything. I got nice, sweaty, hot, funky. I took the silverware, put it in the crack of my butt cheeks. And I kept smashing them together, put them back in the bag and put them on the thing. He comes into work. I said, hey, Phil, this lady left some utensils for you. I said, well, they kind of smell funny. I think it's mothballs. He picked up, he did just like this. Oh, that's ass.
Instantly threw up. Instantly
You're a dick, Cecil. You're a dick.
Dude, I was sitting there gagging, throwing. I'm like,
dude, it was nice and fermented back there when I made sure I wiped that.
Oh God, that smells like ass.
It was straight ass.
I was down at a tattoo shop one time, and this guy comes in with ice cream, and him and the tattoo shop owner are buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And he sets down the ice cream, goes to the bathroom. His buddy immediately runs over, grabs the ice cream, pulls out his cock, dips it in the ice cream, and then sets it back down there. I'm just
that's so funny.
So he comes back out from the bathroom. He starts fucking just munching. I go, hey, where'd you get that ice cream? And he goes, Dairy Dream. And I go, I heard their ice cream tastes like dick. Yeah. You know. Ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, oh, yeah. You got me, fucker.
Oh.
Does that taste like a mushroom stamp?
Oh, my God.
That is fucking priceless.
That's
oh, man. That's funny.
Man. I don't think we hit that border yet. I mean,
you just smelled his asshole.
Yeah. Oh man!
Not sure one's better than the other, but
I rather smell asshole than have some big ice cream.
At least you didn't lick the spoon. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, we just stopped. That was my roommate. Got that. We'd have probably stopped it. We'd be like, "Hey, you don't want to lick that spoon in my ass." Right. Oh God.
Oh man. Oh, dude, that's so hilarious right there, dude. That was great. I'm sorry, that was great. Yeah, that topped everything right there, dog. Your friend, but that topped everything.
We
friends for,
right. So now we also challenge each other.
Yeah.
So this weekend, I decided I was sitting here playing my VR headset. Me and the wife. I said, you know what? I wonder if Phil can play VR just as good. So we're going to go Saturday to this place called the Sandbox. It's going to be me versus Phil in a VR world with none but zombies. We're literally in a big open room, and we got the clamps all around our bodies.
Right. Like the same thing they use for the motion capture on movies.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to go one-on-one against each other.
Oh, super cool. That sounds like fun.
So that's go ahead, Phil.
I was gonna say, I hope you do better than the last challenge, because for my birthday, I challenged him. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse, and we had some chicken hearts. Well, I had some chicken hearts. He didn't eat one.
Giblets are disgusting.
Yeah, I ain't eating that ever again.
Dude, he ate 3 of them, like just
and that last one was huge. That last one was huge.
Oh God, no!
I couldn't do it.
My aunt, who was she was gross. She's dead now. Anyway,
how he segued into
that. Yeah. She made mashed potatoes and gravy, and I'm looking at it. I go, what's in this fucking gravy? I'm like 12, like I'm a young kid. She's like, oh, that's giblet gravy. It's chicken livers and gizzards and hearts. And you give that to a fucking 12-year-old?
No. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I got one for you. You saying that just reminded me of this. So I'm over my aunt's house, like you just said. Rest in peace, aunt. Same thing.
I didn't say rest in peace. Don't put fucking words in my mouth, Phil. I'm not gonna assume for you. Don't assume for me.
I'm sorry.
You assume too much, Phil.
I was saying, but
rest in peace, he says.
Oh my God!
You didn't fucking know her, now did you, Phil?
Oh shit!
Oh, okay.
My brother. My mom goes, you didn't invite Aunt Susie to your wedding. He goes, no, I didn't. She goes, why? He goes, I don't fucking like her. And she goes, well, what do I tell her? Tell her I don't fucking like her.
You tell her exactly what you said. How I said it.
All seriousness, I do. Rest in peace, Susie. Rest in peace. I do love you.
That's great.
Oh my God!
Tell her I don't fucking like her. My brother's not as kind as I am as a human. It's or any other carbon-based entity. So,
dude. So yes, back to aunts because you got me crazy.
Yes, you gotta love. Yes.
My aunt tells me to go and wash the dishes, but she already has like the water and everything done. So I'm like, okay. I go in there, and it's a little rubber thing and floating in there. I'm like, what is this? She go, oh, I cut my finger. It's a finger condom for blah blah blah. Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Washing the dishes and take the condom, blah, blah, blah. My sister, my cousin come up, they look, they go, what the are you doing? I go, what, she told me to wash this? She go, no, what the hell is that you got right there? I said, oh, she said she cut herself. It's a finger condom. I said, boy, go wash your hands. I'm like, I'm washing the dishes. They say, go wash your hands with some bleach.
It was a real condom?
Right?
Oh my
How
God.
big do you figure a fucking finger is?
Right. Oh my God.
Like,
I'm not sure what your penis looks like, but I know the difference between a finger condom.
That's funny.
Now, I don't go buy Magnums or nothing, but I'm just saying.
I ain't know nothing.
How big is your aunt's fucking fingers?
Hell no.
Probably about 2 of mine.
So speaking of Magnums, me and my wife was at the store.
I never speak of Magnums.
And I go, we need to get some condoms. So she was like, wow, we don't ever use them. I said, we need to get some. So I go and get a box of condoms. Now we're standing, away from each other, good distance in the store. So I yell, are these the right size? Why she say, no, those are too small. You need to get the small kitty size. So everybody in the store heard her say this. And I'm just looking like, ixnay
on the NEK.
Right, I'm like, damn, you just try me out like that? That's crazy.
They don't make kitty size condoms.
Hey, that's them some young guy size.
My wife is something else. She is, oh my God.
So I had this guy on.
Unfortunately, when she talks and you call and I call on the phone, she don't answer the phone like a normal person. She don't say, hello, honey, how you doing? Her phrase is, what's up, cuz?
Mm-hmm.
Or she go, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, can you just say hello? What you need? What you want, cuz?
What you need? What you want?
Right. I'm like, good Lord.
So I had a comedian on. His name's Jesse Schwarber. He had a podcast called Field of Screams. It was about murders and athletics and stuff like that. But when he was younger, he tried to put on a condom. He tried to put it on backwards. And he never had one before. And he never, so it's just covering like he's like God, he goes, I must need bigger ones, or something. So, so he went off and bought some Magnums. And
Got a kid now?
the next time he's with a girl, like he's like, this thing's just falling off of me. He's like, so I'm trying to tie a knot in the side of it. And his wife's listening. And I'm like, God, I hope it wasn't a slip knot, And and you hear his wife go, ha ha! Like, and he goes, motherfucker. He goes, I've been a comedian for 10 years. I've never made her laugh.
He probably did, just didn't know how.
Right. But boom.
This.
That is too funny.
Fucking mind.
Drop the mic.
So not only did you not satisfy your wife, I'm funnier than you are. Like it's
right.
Damn,
now, as far as my worst holiday experience, we go to Mexico. We decided to go cliff diving. Oh. Now I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy.
I see that. Like I'm thinking, in my mind, I literally just seen you in some bikini shorts diving off a fucking cliff.
Hey, it happened. On the way down, people were screaming and yelling, "What the fuck is that thing in the air?" But I mean, still, So
what's the Mexican version of Godzilla?
Right, Cecil. So I'm on the cliff. This little kid runs by. He jumps off. He does a little flip, hits the water.
Godzilla!
So now I'm thinking, I can still do a flip. I can do this. I did a 1.5 face first right in the water.
Oh!
This whole side was red and swollen.
Boom!
Yes, and you can see the guide on the shore going.
You can still see a dent in the water.
Yes. I fucked that water up.
It was a tsunami right after that.
Man.
I'm kind of proud of that joke, actually. I'm kind of proud of that joke.
He was supposed to flip, but belly flop. That's the only flip he knew how to do.
Belly flopped on my face. That was probably my worst holiday experience.
Somebody go flop that area of the water and get the dent out of it.
Some buried treasure up under there. They struck oil when he hit.
Right. But so Bishop Stevens, Hollywood actor.
Who is it?
A guy named Bishop Stevens. He's a Hollywood actor.
Yes.
So he actually is a really, really close friend of mine. So I was doing crazy stuff, challenges way before. And
I was thinking Shadow Stevens. Never mind. Bishop Stevens. I don't know Bishop Stevens. I was thinking Shadow Stevens, but
yeah. So he watched it. So he had me join another network. I ain't gonna say their name, but it was a good experience. It was a good learning experience.
Yeah.
But when my time was up for the contract, I didn't renew it. And I talked to Tori from Mosaic TV. I talked with her, with Bishop on the phone, and we decided we was gonna jump in with Mosaic and see how it was. Right. And we jumped in with Mosaic, and so far, like everything that she didn't say, they didn't delivered on.
Yeah, I've changed nothing other than saying, everybody, if you have a Roku device, if you have a Amazon Fire Stick, download Mosaic TV. That's what I've changed in my show. That's exactly what I've changed in my show, is telling people to add something else. That's
what we do. We always pump the TV show. Yeah. But
it's like, I mean, oh God, I'm on TV now. What am I gonna do?
Right. So Bishop has so Bishop has like two big movies coming out this year he's in.
Okay.
He was slated to be in one of the Marvel movies, but then they changed directors and he got pulled out of that one.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But
I had Jarrell Pyro Smith on, and he was in Wakanda Forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the big bodyguard guys. Like,
okay.
Big guy. God, he's fucking buff. Look him up. Look up. Maybe you can get him on your show. He's a really good dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jarrell Pyro Johnson. That's his name.
Okay.
And he's a kick-ass rapper too. You can find him on Amazon. So if you ask for Jarrell Pyro Johnson rap on Amazon, you can hear him. He's really good. He also works with a kid named 40 Flow that I had on my show. A friend of mine, Stacy Toy. She owns 2 production companies. But he's a young kid. She asked me to put him on. I'm like, well, because it's you, yeah, I will. And I gave the boys some time on my show. So Yeah, he's like 19 now, 18, 19. But Jarrell's a great dude too. So look up Jarrell Pyro Johnson.
Okay.
He's also called a short that's called Dinner with a God of War.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
see.
sounds cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, my first movie I ever did was called Bugs. It was for an independent producer here in St. Louis called, his name is Richard Hamilton.
Yeah.
Super cool guy. So I kept having trouble remembering my lines. So in my scene where I owned the bar, underneath the table you couldn't see, I had the script right there. So I would read the script and then do my lines and then watch them talk and then look down, do my lines. And Bishop actually got me into that because he was started off doing movies there. And then now Bishop's like, he's making big budget Hollywood movies now. But it's so funny, like I can pick up my phone right now and call him. He'll pick up the phone and answer, even though he's probably doing what was he doing? He was doing Chicago PD. He would pick up his phone and he'd pick up his phone and he would answer his phone every time I call.
That's awesome. It's amazing that people I'm in a room next to my bathroom in a basement in LaSalle, and the people that I've talked to, and like nobody in this fucking town even knows, who I've talked to, like people from the movie Clerks. I don't know if you know who Kevin Smith is.
Oh
yes, sir.
Yeah. I had Ernie O'Donnell on. He was the workout guy, the gym guy, and I had Marilyn Gigliani, and she's the one who sucked 37 dicks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
37 dicks?
Yeah, exactly. In a row?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
they're friends of Stacey Toy too, which God bless her, she got me in touch with those guys. Dee Snider, the lead singer of Twisted Sister.
Oh yeah.
His son, Jesse Blaze Snyder, is a friend of mine. I can do the same thing. Call him, hey, Jesse.
That's cool.
Yeah, cool. It's weird. I'm how the fuck am I talking to these people?
I'm trying to get Bishop to come on the show and do a challenge. Every time I do, he keeps saying,
throw my name out there, man. I'd love to have him on my show too. Yeah, throw him out there. So throw me a bone.
I would definitely. His name is if you want to look him up, his name is Bishop Stevens. You can see him on IMDb.
Okay, yeah.
Bishop
Stevens. All right.
Yeah, just tell him that you're a friend of mine and we did a podcast and you want to get him on the podcast. And he'll make time. He definitely makes time.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
So do you guys do what kind of food challenges do you do all the time? What do you?
It depends on what the people said, what they want to see us try. They ask some of the strangest shit.
Oh yeah. Well, my brother just did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pizza challenge. All the weird shit that they put on their pizzas on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that. But that's basically what we do. So basically, that's what we do. How you just said that, we'd be like, okay, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, exactly. We did. Did you watch the one with the world's stinkiest fish?
Oh God,
that one was horrible.
Oh man,
horrible.
Oh man, I'm starting to smell it.
I see my brother did that one. He's
yeah. Oh no, it was puking eyes.
Oh, dude. Yeah. As soon as he cracked it open in a plastic bag, it was done. No.
You heard it start. I'm glad I did it outside. And when I opened it all the way up, it was still bubbling.
It's still bubbling.
Yeah, and I had that can for
there's no fire under this. Why is it bubbling? There's no fucking fire under it.
Right.
Dude, oh. Man,
I let that can set for almost 2 years before we opened it. The longer it sits, the better it's supposed to be.
Is it like lutefisk or lutefisk or lutefisk or?
It was like
death.
I think it was canned sardines, was fermented in their own juice, and the longer it sits, the better it's supposed to taste. They lied. They lied. They fucking lied now.
So we vacationed down in, and by the way, when you do an Airbnb as a Caucasian, make sure you know. Make sure you know the neighborhood. So the guy at the gas station staring at you when you're getting ice doesn't go. And now the house was as beautiful as the pictures. It was as beautiful as she said it. Now she didn't lie. She didn't lie. But when I'm like following, I'm like turn here, turn there, turn here. Arrived.
Hey, can I just put my finger up and say one thing? Now you know how we feel. Now you know how we feel when we go into the cabins or to the woods or something like that. It's the same way. Get ice. You got that one person with the straw hanging out their mouth, looking at them like, yeah,
well. What have we?
Dude, I am
not going there. I'm not going there, especially right now.
That horror movie that just came out, where they got the B&B and they showed up and it was like a crazy tall lady living in the thing. They had Justin Long in it. That's what that sound like. That sound like that. Barbarian.
Barbarian. Yes.
Barbarian.
Oh yes, Barbarian.
You guys went to an Airbnb and y'all get in there and there's a dude that's like having sex with his daughter, and now she's like,
that's literally the premise of the movie. Watch Barbarian. It's on Hulu, I think, or watch.
She's like all mutated. The funniest part in the movie.
Mama, this was a comedy.
Yeah. No. It's a horror movie, but it's funny to me.
It's funny.
That sounds like a hoot.
Dude, they got the girl locked in the basement with this cage, and you see this long arm with this dirt with this baby bottle with her all on the nipples, and she keep going ba 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 ba. I'm the only one in the theater start cracking up laughing. Everybody's doing that face you doing, and you look back. I'm in the back and tears laughing.
I mean,
God, this hand with this bottle and this hair all over the nipple, and goes ba ba.
That bottle looks like a 70s book. I'm not gonna lie to you. That bottle, only thing you see is the nipple come down the screen like this. And just
Mama,
dude.
God, this went off track.
That's what Airbnb reminded me of.
Well, we were down on the Del Mar Loop because we was talking about fish and shit and stuff like that. And my brother, of course, has that show. And so I see an Asian market, down on Del Mar Loop. There's an Asian store there.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you fuckers can get me those cod puffs, get me those. I like them.
Which one?
They're called. There's an Asian market down on Del Mar Loop,
and
it's off on the left hand side. Well, it depends on which way you're coming, obviously.
I know you're talking about Loop, though.
Yeah, but there's an Asian shop there, and I was looking at like their snacks, like Asian snacks, and one of them was like cod puffs, and I'm like, fuck yes, I've got to try this.
Okay.
I am off work tomorrow, so I will be going down in the city tomorrow. So I'm gonna swing down there and get you some cod puffs.
Okay, they come in a bag, and in the bag, then there's a bunch of little bags inside the bag. Okay. And my daughter's friend was with us, and as soon as you opened them up, man, it was like, ho, 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 ho.
Nice.
But, it's like a vagina. Once you get past you. I can eat that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It turns out my daughter's friend ended up being a lesbian. So
I'm glad I fully got that down before that was done.
I'm sorry you did. I'm sorry you got that down before.
Oh man, that's too funny.
That would have been too good.
That's funny. So let me ask, what got you into podcasting instead of stand-up comedy? Because you could have done either one.
Jesus.
I do. I don't have. I'm married. I've got a full-time job. I kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't want to spend my weekends on the road.
He's like us.
I've done stand-up, and I like doing stand-up. I've killed more than I've got killed in it. I've did pretty good. And so I was like, I'm wondering how I can get my funny out. Well, there's a podcast called The Dollop. And I'll have to tell you guys a story at another time about how I learned about The Dollop. But it's a crazy fucking story, just fucking crazy. But anyway, I listened to this guy turned me on to this. He goes, "You got to listen to it." He's like, "I have pulled over on the side of the road laughing, listening to this," and I'm like, "Sounds good." So I started listening to it. I listened to all of it because I'd never even thought about podcasts before. And I binged the whole fucking thing, and it was great. It's a guy that talks about American history to another comedian who's never heard the story, and he just does commentating like this, basically, on what people's stories are. And so, like, after I was done with it, I'm like, oh, so this is podcasts. These are great. I got to find another funny one. And so I get on Apple Podcasts, and I'm like, comedy. And they're like, this is a top-rated comedy. And I'm like listening to it, and I'm like, this sucks. This really sucks. Like, this isn't even fucking close to funny. So I'm like, I wonder how much it is to start a podcast. So I get on Amazon. I'm like, a single mic mixer and a microphone's $100. Well, there's half the battle. And then I had to figure out a plot, a point, because I don't want to just be two guys in a basement just talking back and forth about modern current events, because that's what 90% of everybody else says. And it's fucking stupid. You don't have a point. You don't have anything that, like, so years ago, there was a show called Bob and Tom on the radio. And they did a segment called Thanksgiving Horror Stories. And it was nationally syndicated, so they had an entire nation of people calling in, talking about Thanksgiving horror stories. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't we open this up? Like, why don't we just, and I pigeonholed myself by calling it My Worst Holiday. But by the time I'd done that and then got everything up and everything, I'm like, well, I can't change it now. But it was, so I included like all funny or embarrassing life stories. And because you'll never ever run out of material. Everybody's got a fucked up story. You're never not going to be surprised. You know, like who would have thought that somebody showing some silverware down somebody's asshole and having his buddy smell it would it be like, see, that's something I didn't think I was going to hear, but I did. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. The fact that we kind of it kind of hit us almost like the same. Since we worked at the gas station and everything, it was always like, man, especially after seeing Waiting when that movie came out, I was like, man, we could make a TV show out of this. Like, we tell the owner of it all the time, like, you could still make a TV show out of this. But
like Waiting, just like, or Clerks, it's like Clerks, you know, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So we used to do the Meow. Have you ever seen Super Troopers?
Oh yeah.
Meow. We used to do that. One guy's like, "Are you?" I was like, "Why the fuck would you think I'm saying meow to you? Do I look like a fucking cat?" Yeah,
we did that. We did that all the time.
30, meow.
Right now.
Yeah, we did. Oh my god.
Your total 630.
Another guy you guys need to look up is Sam McLean, and he's got a podcast called Just Talking with Sam. Write that one down. Write that guy
just
down.
Talking with Sam. Oh shit! Hold on. That just brought me remember we used to get in trouble. We just screamed wheat bread, strawberry Swiss roll. So the whole thing was, if like I'm working the counter and he's out on the field doing something, and somebody walks in that just like, you're like, wow, you just yell out nowhere, strawberry Swiss roll. That gets attention. He's like, okay, like, oh, you're right. That strawberry did have some Swiss rolls.
We used to say, "Do you eat yet?" Like anytime, like a hot one would come walking through, you go, "Hey, do you eat yet?"
Yeah. Get on the clock.
Yeah, that was the code word for the hot bitch. Hey, do you eat yet?
Hey, eat yet? Yeah, we gotta get a shirt on that one. Eat yet? Forget hot got milk. Eat yet? That's a good one. Oh man. But we kind of started off doing reviews from like movies. I'm a big movie buff. Like I know lines out of movies like crazy. I don't know how, but like I would literally go and see every new movie that came out the weekend it came out. He's a big game buff. I am too, but I mean, he's been playing since like 1400, so you know he got a lot more repertoire than I do.
You should marry those and call it dinner and a show.
How is it 1400?
Look at all that wisdom. Tell me how it ain't 1400.
Oh, this is called ex-wife and kids.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't see mine. I had that ex-wife. Yeah.
See, you just you shaved yours off.
I don't wish her to rest in peace either, but she's not dead.
I wasn't gonna go there.
Unfortunately. That's just too bad. Is all. I really wish her the worst in life. Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't want her to die. I just want her to have bone spurs in every fucking joint until she lives forever.
Hell no. Yeah, so
but I'm not one to hold grudges.
my prank has started out as a kid. So when growing up, my older brother Al, our spontaneous tech guy, he decided one day to
He'll be here any minute, Cecil.
Right. So he decided one day to take my candy bar from me. So I went in the house and I got my mother's candy bar, like it was X-Lax back in the day. Mm-hmm. So I bit into it, threw it in the trash, and I smeared the word X-Lax off.
Right,
so
I'm
sitting outside with it in my hand. I'm just dancing around. He come outside, snatched out my hand, and just chugged it down. I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm just waiting. He gets on his bike. He rides up the street. He comes back. He stopped, threw the bike down, ran in the yard, and was like, "What was that you gave me?" I was like, "That was my candy bar you ate." He was like, "Cause it tastes kind of strange." I was like, "It was a new candy bar. That's why it tastes strange." Yeah. So he got this little wagon thing and with little pedals to it.
Yeah.
He pedaled, and all of a sudden you heard was. I looked. He jumped up. He ran all the way down the side of the house into the house. It was just a trail of yellow doo-doo.
Just a trail.
I was
it won't stop. It won't stop.
He shit from the side of the house, through the house, to the bathroom. I said, that's what you get for trying to take my candy bar.
There you go. There you go. Well, fellas, it's at 45 minutes. That's where I try to keep it for the show. I would love to, hang out after because we're gonna shoot the shit a little bit more. But God, I wish I had another hour with you guys. I really did.
There's only tip of the icebergs and stuff we done.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so talk about yourselves. Tell us where you can find you, what you got going on, everything. Get a Patreon if you don't have one.
All right, Phil, go ahead.
Well, like Life is Phil. Life is Phil. Wow, I guess we got to do another segue. Life is Cecil, of course, on Mosaic TV. Also on YouTube, I believe. Me personally, I got Facebook, Phil Williamson. You can catch me on there from there as well. If you do play Xbox, D Nuts with 2 T's, 1 S, 87. Just hit me up.
I'm Cecil from Life is Cecil. I'm also a big gamer. You can find me on Xbox as well under the name Dead Mike 70. You can catch me on Twitch. I'm a semi-pro streamer on Twitch. You can my handle on there also is Dead Mike 70. So it'll be Twitch, then / Dead Mike 70. You can see all the horror games people will be submitting in for me to play. Outside of that, I also have my own clothing line. You can go to Game Heart Apparel, and you can find my clothing line. I make clothes for gamers. No matter what size you are, it's all the same price. So if somebody's a 4X and somebody's a medium, they're gonna pay the same price for their shirts and their pants.
So if it says sexy but single on it, you can still make that.
I can still make that.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Yeah, and all my athletic, all the wear is all the same price. I don't up choice just because people smaller or bigger, you know.
Did you read my shirt? Hold on.
Hell no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You can catch me on Facebook as well.
You got the little plane flying across it.
So on Facebook, my Facebook page is Lowe, Lowe Cecil. Is my name backwards.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, is his name really Lowe Cecil?
Yeah.
That don't
make Lowe.
Then we also
I guess if your last name's Cecil, it doesn't matter what your fucking first name is. It's still gonna sound fucking backwards.
Exactly. So, and also you can catch us. We have our own Facebook page for Life with Cecil also. So you can catch us there, send us requests, crazy challenges, everything. And send them. And if we can do them, we're gonna try to do them as best we can.
Right. And as always, on my worst holiday, myworstholiday.com, send boo pictures. Actually, that's at my email, myworstholiday at gmail.com. You can do that. You can also give me money. Give me your fucking money because I really like it.
Hell
At
yeah.
Patreon at My Worst Holiday at patreon.com. That's where you can find us. If you want My Worst Holiday merch, go to my website, myworstholiday.com, click the TeePublic link, and buy some shit. That's all you got to do. And with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been, thank you guys, My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.